One of the most curious secrets for historians is the temple of Sri Padmanabhaswamy in India, or more precisely, one of its doors, which no one has opened for 4,000 years. It is strictly forbidden, and even the local authorities cannot dare to open it. The priests of the temple are convinced that imminent disaster will come if anyone dares to open the vault. The temple of the god Vishnu, Sri Padmanabhaswamy, is located in the Indian city of Trivandrum. Its history dates back to the 4th century BC. The temple was destroyed and rebuilt more than once. Since 1731, it has acquired exactly the appearance as it is seen now. It is a very beautiful structure, decorated with many statues and covered with gold on the outside. Not everyone can enter here, but only Hindus dressed in a certain way. In the main hall of the temple there is a large statue of the god Vishnu, 5 meters long, who lies on a bed of a huge 1,000-headed serpent. The statue can be seen a little from one of the gates. Sri Padmanabhaswamy is considered the richest temple in the whole world, and not only because its walls are covered with pure gold on the outside. It is a veritable storehouse of treasure, and the Indians themselves learned about it relatively recently. There are 6 underground vaults in the temple, which have been permanently closed. But for centuries there have been legends according to which there is a great deal of treasure in the vaults. People believed it sacredly, and it turned out to be true. In 2009, a certain lawyer asked the Supreme Court to open up all the vaults in the temple and make an inventory of the treasures, or they would simply be looted by people. Such suspicions also fell on the priests themselves serving in the temple. The judges agreed with the jurist, and one vault was opened as a result. The legends were confirmed precisely then. Inside the room they found a large number of diamonds, emeralds, and rubies in chests, a ton of gold coins, and the same amount of gold ingots. These were mountains of treasure, and in only one vault. After the first one, 4 more were opened, and there was the same thing. In one room they found a band of gold weighing 36 kilograms, a large chain 5 meters long, and a sheaf of gold weighing 500 kilograms. Not only the priests, but also the common people resisted the opening of these vaults, because they considered the rooms to be sacred. But there was no limit to their indignation when the bailiffs approached the 6th vault. They were not allowed to open it, and they themselves refused, after they heard what was about to happen. The priests said that, if the 4,000-year-old door was opened, a terrible thing would happen, disaster would break out with no end in sight. The words were effective, especially when everyone remembered that the very lawyer who had demanded that the vaults be unlocked had mysteriously died a week after they had been opened. It is also interesting that the door is locked very hermetically, with no latches, locks, or even openings for a key. On the door is a large cobra with 6 heads, a warning sign. The legend has it that Vishnu's untouchable supply is kept behind the door, and it is forbidden to touch it. Where did all these treasures come from in the temple? There is an explanation for this. Long ago a trade route passed through this place, and merchants passing through it always made generous offerings to the god Vishnu. Gradually mountains of jewels accumulated. To these were added the offerings of wealthy families from all over India. All this had been piling up in the vaults for centuries. For several years now, the temple has been under round-the-clock guard to prevent anyone from looting the treasures, which have never been accounted for.